Have you ever felt overwhelmed by life's challenges? Today, I want to share something profound with you. I died for you. Now, before you jump to conclusions, let's unpack this. This statement isn't just about sacrifice. It's about love, purpose, and the incredible power of connection. Think about it when someone says they would lay down their life for you. It's a testament to how deeply they care. It's about prioritizing others above oneself. This kind of love is transformative. It inspires us to be better, to act with kindness, and to support one another through thick and thin. But here's the catch. Have you got a minute? A minute to reflect on your own relationships? Are you showing up for those who matter most? Are you giving them your time, your attention, your heart? In a world that often feels chaotic and disconnected, let's take a moment to remember the importance of our bonds. Whether it's family, friends, or even strangers who need a helping hand, each interaction can resonate deeply. When we embrace this mindset of selflessness, we not only uplift others, but also enrich our own lives. So today, I challenge you. Reach out to someone you care about. Tell them what they mean to you. Let them know that their presence in your life is cherished. Remember, love isn't just a feeling, it's an action. And sometimes, all it takes is a minute to change someone's day or even their life. So let's make that minute count. Because at the end of the day, we're all in this together. And that connection, that's what truly matters. Something feels different, doesn't it, my child? Not a time of ease, not a gentle season. This word comes to you now like a sudden change in the air, specifically for you, directly from me, clear and certain. This is more than just another message. This is a sacred moment I have set aside, a pause in the usual rhythm of your life because it shows you how I work. I never allowed difficulty to approach my precious child without first sending a word. And today that word has reached you. Listen closely. On the surface, things might appear ordinary. Just another day, another conversation, a random thought, a feeling that pulls your attention. But in the unseen world, this is a moment of hidden challenge. The one who stands against me has already made his preparations. The difficulty is set. The pressure will begin quietly, but it will target your thoughts, your feelings, your inner peace, your connections with others, and even what lies ahead for you. I will not be silent. This is your final quiet time before things shift. Perhaps this night, this instant, is the final quiet time before the spiritual environment around you starts to shift. Listen closely. Nothing I do is without reason. When I speak, it is always to help you. When I give a warning, it is because my care for you is so great that I cannot let you face harm unprepared in the dark. This time, the message did not come in a dream. It wasn't revealed through a cloud or a vision. Be ready. Stay watchful. Stay near me now, my child, before it is too late. Because while the world sees only the hours passing towards another dawn, I see a spiritual struggle beginning. My protection is already surrounding you. This is not chance. This is my purpose for you. There are times in life when everything feels wrong. Nothing dramatic has happened yet, but a quiet pressure is building underneath. You feel a tension around you, a weight in your spirit, an unspoken heaviness you cannot put into words. That feeling is real, my beloved one. It is not just in your mind. It is a sign from the unseen world, and it often comes just before a challenge you cannot see. What many do not understand is that the one who stands against me does not always show himself openly. He rarely announces his presence. Instead, he plans quietly, putting thoughts in your mind, creating things to pull your attention away, waiting for the precise right moment to act.
The challenge is never sudden. Is planned, made for you, timed carefully. Right now, in the spiritual world, you cannot see. Such a challenge is beginning. He targets your inner peace, your family, your earthly needs, your steady heart, and most of all, my precious child, your closeness to me. This is not meant to frighten you. This is spiritual truth. He watches with patience and strategy. He waits for a time when you are not strong. A moment when you are open and acts. Often using things you know well. A conversation that hurts more than it should. A sudden problem with money that feels overwhelming. Someone you care about becoming distant without explanation. And here is the sad part. Many people never realize they're facing a challenge. They think it is just a difficult day, a series of things happening by chance, or simply life being hard. They do not see the pattern. They do not understand the plan behind it. This is exactly what he hopes for, my cherished child. He does not need defeat you completely at once. He just wants to confuse you spiritually so you make wrong choices. Stop talking to me. Pull away from others who follow me. Question what I tell you and delay doing what I ask. Because if he can make you feel nothing, stop acting and be pulled away by small things. He does not need to defeat you. You will bring about your own defeat. The challenge coming against you may not seem dangerous. It might look like just another day. But spiritual understanding shows you what others miss. My beloved, it gives you the strength to stand firm before you stumble. You are not without help, but you must be watchful. They did not understand what was happening. They thought it was a normal quiet time. So they were not ready and missed the important moment. Do not let that happen to you. Do not be unaware when things are important. The time ahead is not just about seeing how long you can last. It is about seeing clearly what is happening. You are not facing this challenge because you are weak. My child, you are targeted because you are important. The one who stands against me does not spend his effort on those who do not matter. He aims for those who hold something precious, and that includes you. But here is the truth that gives hope. No matter how well thought out his plan is, my plan is always stronger. When I am with you, no plan against you, no lie, no hidden attack can win unless you give up your position. Stand firm and true over your life. Do not let your heart be troubled. Do not be misled. Trust in my help. There is a deep misunderstanding many people carry. They think that when I warn, I am angry, trying to scare them. But that is not how a loving parent acts. My cherished child. My warnings are not meant to make you afraid. They are invitations to find safety. They are not given to make you anxious, but to make you aware before difficulty comes to give you time to act, to make choices, to truly live. So many people today treat my warnings as if they are getting in the way instead of seeing them as guidance. They look for signs that feel easy and comfortable, expecting me to speak softly into their daily habits. But I'm not trying to protect your comfort. I'm trying to protect your very life. And I often do this in ways you might not expect. This is more than just good advice, my beloved. It is a way to endure. True wisdom does not speak loudly about itself. It listens. And those who listen to my quiet nudges, those who talk with me when others dismiss, who deny themselves when others indulge, who stop and think when others hurt. Those are the ones who can pass through hard times and remain unharmed. When I warn you, it is never to make you feel shame. It is because I still see a plan for your life. I still see you as worthy of my care. Even if you felt far away, even if your life feels broken, I still reach out to you saying quietly, my child, it is not over. I'm not finished with you. People look for some grand demonstration. But the proof itself is this very caution. Many ask for evidence. And here it is, a quiet word from me. Guard what is within. Pay attention to your heart. Keep your inner quiet safe. Speak my truth before falsehoods. If you felt something stir inside you today, something within felt seen, as if I was speaking directly to you, or felt do not turn away from that. Do not ignore it. That feeling is not fear, my child. It is wisdom waking up. This isn't about being overly worried. It is about being prepared. It isn't about dreading what is coming. It is about placing your trust in me, who is already present. I am giving you this caution because you are precious to me. I'm calling to you because there's still much I have planned for your life. Difficulties don't always announce themselves loudly. Difficulties don't always appear like a storm gathering visibly far away. My child. Sometimes the challenges you encounter don't come with great fanfare or clear danger signals. They might seem like simple irritations, small troubles, appearing too minor to deserve much notice or to bring before me in prayer. This quiet, unassuming way of entry is often the preferred method of the one who stands against you. He knows that if he appeared terrifying, you would instantly seek my help. But if he comes looking like common daily worries, scattered minds, scattered mind,
sense of waiting that feels too long.
You might not recognize
him for what he is,
and unknowingly
give him access.
This is all he requires.
For his influence
doesn't settle in a single moment.
It builds gradually
through
repeated patterns.
One thought left unquestioned.
A small issue that is overlooked
doesn't stay small.
It grows.
Increases its hold.
It changes your inner world completely.
This is how bitterness find a place.
This is how desires
that lead you astray
gain power.
This is how your spirit
can become
slow to respond.
Not with a loud crash,
but with
a quiet suggestion.
He simply enters unnoticed.
Yet, my child, this path is not.
This is just the strategy
of the one who seeks to.
He doesn't always aim to
completely overwhelm.
Sometimes his purpose
to wear you down.
He will use just enough to cause you to step back from talking.
Just enough hurt feelings
to separate you from others.
Just enough waiting to make you wonder if I have forgotten.
And then eventually you find that you're not just physically
tired,
but your spirit feels.
This is why this moment matters.
Why this gentle warning is
not because a great trial is always about,
but because the groundwork for trouble is already here.
I am reaching out to you
before things get worse.
You have the inner strength
to prevent,
to mend the weak spots,
this stops now.
For you are not meant to
live
to
quiet intrusions. You are called to stand firm with a clear spirit and inner strength.
My spirit within you provides
understanding.
My child,
not so that you become fearful of everything around,
but so that you stop overlooking the small matters that hold lasting importance.
There's a struggle that isn't visible to your eyes.
It isn't fought with physical things,
but inside your thoughts,
your feelings,
and the hurts you carry silently. This is the place where the one who opposes you works most strongly.
Your inner thoughts,
the feelings in your heart,
the feelings in your heart.
Trust in me.
Your trust.
Know this, my beloved child.
The one who stands against you isn't always focused on outward things.
He seeks something far more impactful.
How you see the world,
how you see yourself,
and how you see yourself.
If he can manage to twist your feelings,
how you view yourself,
how you view yourself,
and how you view me,
and how you
view
me,
won't need anything outside
you to hold
you
you
will hold
back.
yourself back.
You will hold yourself back through
doubt,
worry
and a
tired
spirit.
His goal is to dim your clear, to put out your hope for good things, to break apart your certainty,
to break apart
in
who you are
and your
and who you are
and your
and he does this without making a fuss.
One approach of the one who that is often overlooked
my
you
child,
feel alone,
is making
not
you feel
physically
alone,
apart,
but isolated inside.
This is the feeling of being surrounded by people,
utterly alone,
but feeling
is
utterly
presenting
alone.
a calm face to
to the world while hurting
when a voice
inside.
within you says,
Nobody
truly
understands what I am going
and
through.
even more hurtful,
Perhaps God has stopped caring.
Perhaps
for me.
God has stopped
This pattern
caring
isn't
for me.
new.
This
How
pattern
can someone
isn't new.
move from passion
How can someone
to worry
move from passion
so
to
quickly,
worry,
so
from
success
quickly,
to feeling
from success
hopeless?
to
This
feeling
is exactly
hopeless.
how the one
This is
who
exactly
stands
how the
against you
one who
operates.
stands against
He
you
doesn't
operates.
necessarily wait.
He doesn't necessarily wait.
He often makes his move.
He often
right
makes his move
after you've taken a big step forward.
After you've taken a big
When you're
step
feeling
forward.
tired,
When you're
the
feeling
initial
tired,
excitement is
when the
calm,
initial excitement
when the
is
outward
calm,
praise is
and when the
faded,
outward
he
praise
waits
is
for those
faded,
quiet times.
he waits for those quiet
tender
times,
moments after
those
you've put in
tender
great
moments
effort
after you've
or
put in
achieved
great
something.
effort or
When you're
achieved
open to
something.
believing things
When you're
that
open
aren't
to
true,
believing things that
these
aren't true,
untruths might
these
sound like that you don't have the
sound
strength
like
that you need.
don't have the
That
strength
talking
you
with me
need.
doesn't
That
change
talking with me
anything.
doesn't change
That any good
anything.
thing that happened before
That any
was
good
just
thing
luck.
that happened before
That if
was just
others
luck.
truly knew
That if
you,
others truly
they would
knew
leave
you,
you.
they
That
would
you've
leave
made
you.
too many errors.
That you've
to
made
receive
too
help.
many errors.
And
to
if he can
receive
convince
help.
you to believe,
and if he can convince you
even
to
one
believe
of these lies,
even one
he
of
has
these
already
lies,
begun to
he has
break
already
down your
begun
trust
to
in
break
me
down
from
your
the
trust
inside.
in me.
Because I, your Father in heaven,
Because I, your
know
Father
that
in
the very
heaven,
things
know
used
that
to
the
make
very
you feel
things
far
used to
away,
make you feel
I can
far
turn
away.
around to draw you closer.
I can turn
to me.
around to draw you
This
closer.
is how I
to me.
respond when
This
your
is how I
feelings are
respond
sensitive,
when your feelings
and
are
your trust feels
sensitive
weak.
and your trust
This is
feels
why
weak.
attacks on your inner
This
peace
is why
and
attacks
your
on your
bond
inner
with me
peace
are
and
so
your bond with me
dangerous.
are
My
so
precious
dangerous.
one. They
My
don't just
precious
cause
one.
hurt. They don't just
convince
cause
you
hurt.
to stop
They
looking for
convince
help.
you to stop.
They
looking
whisper
for
that
help.
feeling empty.
They whisper that
is
feeling
just how
empty
life
is
is.
just how
that
life
feeling
is.
distant from me.
That feeling
is permanent.
distant from me.
That
is
having no
permanent.
feeling.
That having
is
no
the same as
feelings
peace is the same.
But that
as
is a
peace.
false copy. But that is
just getting by.
That is
Not
just getting
truly
by,
living.
not
You are not
truly
intended
living.
to bear
You
this
are not
burden by
intended to
yourself,
bear
my
this
child.
burden by yourself.
You are not
my
meant
child.
to struggle
You are not
unseen,
meant to struggle
relying
unseen,
only on your own
relying
strength,
only on your own
questioning
strength,
why it falls
and
short.
questioning why
There's
it
no
falls
dishonor
short.
in
There's
feeling
no dishonor
downcast,
in feeling
The only
downcast.
danger is staying
The
in
only
that place
danger is
without
staying in
reaching
that
out for
place
help.
without
If
reaching
you have
out
felt
for help.
separated from me,
If you have felt
tired in
separated
your
from
heart,
me,
or
tired in your
slow to
heart,
respond in your
or
spirit,
slow to respond
this is
in your
not the
spirit.
end for you.
This is not
This
the
is a
end
sacred
for you.
moment to pause.
This is a sacred moment
A gentle
to pause.
reminder from me.
A gentle
that I still
reminder
see
from
you,
me that
I still know you,
and I
still
still
know
see
you
you
as
and
worthy
I
of
still
being
see you
made
as worthy
completely
of
well
being
again.
made completely
My precious
well again.
child,
My
you don't
precious
have to put on a
child,
brave
you don't
face
have to put
right
on a
now.
brave face.
Just tell me
right
honestly
now.
how things
Just tell
are
me
within you.
honestly how things
Let me
are
meet you
within
exactly
Let
where
me
you
meet you
stand.
exactly
Not
where you
think
stand.
you ought to be.
Not where you
There's
think
no need
you
to
ought
hide
be.
anything.
There's no need
You
to
aren't
hide
expected to
anything.
handle
You aren't
everything
expected
by
to handle
yourself.
everything
All it
by
takes
yourself.
is a gentle
All it
opening
takes is a
inside
gentle
to
opening
softly
inside
whisper,
to softly
Heavenly
whisper,
Father,
Heavenly
I need
Father,
your assistance.
I need your
Because
assistance.
sometimes the deepest
Because
trust
sometimes
you can
the
show is
deepest
just
trust
speaking
you
the
can
plain
show is
truth
just
to
speaking
me,
the plain
to
truth
yourself,
to me,
and to
to
someone
yourself,
else who genuinely
and to someone
cares
else
for
who
you.
genuinely
My
cares
child,
for you.
being prepared isn't about
being
being
prepared
loud
isn't
or
about being
forceful.
loud.
It's
or
how inner
forceful.
clarity speaks.
It's how inner clarity
It whispers
speaks.
in the midst of
It whispers in the midst of
and
ordinary
murmurs
moments
during
and
peaceful
murmurs
times
during
that
peaceful
often go
times
unnoticed.
that often go
It isn't a
unnoticed.
shout of worry.
It isn't a
Nor
shout
does
of
it
worry.
demand attention.
Nor does it
like an
demand
urgent
attention
crisis.
like an urgent
Yet,
crisis.
when you pay attention to it,
when you pay
it's what
attention
separates
to
having
it,
peace
it's what
within
separates
from
having
feeling
peace
trouble.
within from
Staying
feeling
steady
trouble.
from losing
Staying
your footing.
steady from
My
losing
beloved
your footing.
child,
My
some of the
beloved
most
child,
crucial turning
some of the
points in
most
your journey
crucial
won't
turning
show
points
up
in your
with
journey
flashing
won't show
lights
up with
or
flashing
big
lights
commotions
or
They will
big
look like
commotions.
everyday things.
They will look like everyday
and unexpected
things.
note.
An
Something
unexpected
someone
note.
says that
Something
changes how
someone
you
says
see
that
things.
changes how you
A
see
choice you
things.
considered.
A
Minor,
choice you considered.
but carries far
Minor,
more spiritual
but carries
weight
far
than
more
you
spiritual
realized.
weight.
This is
than you
often how the
realized.
junctures I
This
guide
is often
appear.
how the junctures
Not
I
as
guide
huge
appear.
events,
Not
but
as
as
huge
quiet
events,
nudges,
but as
inviting you to
nudges,
choose a path
inviting
that
you
brings
to choose a
life,
path
or
that
one
brings
that
life,
leads you slowly
or one
towards
that leads you
accepting
slowly
less
towards
than my best for you.
accepting less.
That's
than
why
my
the day
best
ahead
for you.
matters.
That's why the day ahead matters.
Because tomorrow
my
might
child.
seem
Because
exactly
tomorrow
like
might
any
seem
other day.
exactly like
You might
any other
rise,
day.
follow
You
your
might
routine,
rise,
do
follow
your
your
usual
routine,
tasks,
do your
and not
usual
realize
tasks,
you're stepping
and
into a
not
moment
realize
I've
you're
already
stepping into a
prepared.
moment.
A
I've
moment
already
where the
prepared.
choice you make will
A moment
affect
where the choice you
more
make will
than just what
affect
happens right
more
then.
than just
It
what
will
happens
shape what
right
comes
then.
next.
It will shape
My
what
beloved
comes
one,
next. The one who
my
works
beloved
against
one,
you
the
understands
one who
this
works
too.
against you
He
understands
doesn't always
this
wait
too.
until
He
you
doesn't
feel
always
completely
wait
down.
until you feel
Sometimes he
completely
comes
down.
after you when you
Sometimes
feel
he comes
most
after
able,
you when you
because
feel
relying
most
only
able,
on
because
yourself
relying
isn't
only
loud
on
or
yourself
showy.
isn't loud.
It's a quiet
or
thought.
showy.
It
It's a
whispers,
quiet
"You've
thought.
got this."
It whispers,
You don't need
"You've
to
got
ask for
this."
help from above on
You don't need
this.
to ask for
You
help
can
from above
handle
on
this by
this.
yourself.
You can handle
And
this by
exactly when you
yourself.
feel
And
safest,
exactly when you feel
you're
safest,
often most open
you're
to being
often
led
most
astray.
open to being
So,
led astray.
my child,
Yes,
my
the coming
child,
day might bring a
yes,
choice
the coming
that
day
seems
might bring a
ordinary,
choice that
a
seems
message you might want to
ordinary,
dismiss,
a message you might
a
want to
conversation
dismiss,
that tests how
a conversation
truthful you
that
are,
tests how
something that
truthful you
appeals
are,
to your pride,
something that
a
appeals
moment
to your
of
pride,
waiting that
a
tests
moment
your
of
patience,
waiting that
a
tests
difficulty
your
that makes you want to pull
patience,
back.
a difficulty that makes
These
you want
things
to pull
don't happen
back.
by chance.
These things don't
There are
happen by
points
chance.
where things are set
There
in
are points
motion.
where things are
Places
set in
where you are
motion.
sensitive,
Places where
forks
you are
in the road,
sensitive,
where
forks in the
paths
road,
separate,
where
and in that
paths
very
separate.
moment,
And in
you
that
won't have
very
time to
moment,
desperately
you won't
search
have
for
time to
answers.
desperately
That
search
instant
for
will
answers.
reveal what
That
has
instant
already
will
grown
reveal
inside
what has
you.
already grown
How much
inside
truth
you.
you have held on to.
How much truth
How
you
much
have
you
held
have
on
learned to listen
How much you have
inwardly
learned to listen
to the leading of my
inwardly
spirit.
to the
My
leading
child,
of my spirit.
the ability
My
to
child,
know what
the
is
ability
right,
to
which
know
you've learned
what
in
is
quiet
right,
times,
which you've learned
is
in
exactly
quiet
what you need
times,
here.
is exactly
It's the
what
same
you need
with the
here.
spiritual work
It's the same
I
with the
set
spiritual
before you.
work.
I
It doesn't
set
show
before
up when
you.
you feel
It doesn't show
completely
up when you
prepared
feel
and strong.
completely
On your own.
prepared and strong.
It arrives when I know know the time is right.
It arrives when
and
I
know the
expect
time
you
is
to be
right.
ready.
And I
What my
expect
spirit
you
is
to be
calling
ready.
you to now.
What my spirit is calling you to now
is this very
not a
state of
readiness you build up by trying
not a
hard by
readiness you
yourself,
build up by
but
trying
one
hard
that
by
comes
yourself,
from staying
but
close to
one
me.
that comes
It's
from
a
staying
calm,
close to me.
steady preparedness,
It's a calm,
deeply
steady
settled in the
preparedness,
bond we
deeply
share.
settled in
Because
the
when
bond
things
we
you didn't
share.
expect happen,
Because when things
it
you
won't be
didn't
the
expect
loudest
happen,
voice you hear.
it won't be
that
the
matters
loudest
most,
voice
that
you hear that matters
will be the
most,
voice
that
you have been listening for
IT
all
will be the
along.
voice you have
My
been
beloved
listening for
child.
all along.
This is
My
why this
beloved
season
child.
holds.
This is
such
why this
significance.
season holds.
While you
such
cannot see what
significance.
tomorrow holds,
While you cannot see
you can
what
choose who
tomorrow
you will be
holds.
when it arrives.
You can choose who you will
someone
be when it
firmly
arrives.
grounded and
someone
faithful,
firmly grounded,
someone
and
easily
faithful,
swayed,
or someone
and reacting
easily
without
swayed
thinking.
and
I
reacting
offer
without
forgiveness
thinking.
without cost.
I offer forgiveness
my child,
without cost.
but the result of
My
your
child,
choices,
but the
still
result of your
unfold.
choices.
So ask
still
yourself,
unfold.
what kind of
So
future
ask
are you
yourself,
creating through
what
the
kind of
small
future are you
decisions
creating
make
through the
today?
small
Even
decisions
inside
you
a
make today?
cautioning word,
Even
there is
inside a
love.
cautioning word,
Even when there's a
there is
feeling
love.
of urgency,
Even when there's a
there is
feeling of
grace. urgency. And even when you feel most distant my eyes are still watching you. My eyes are still watching you, but with not with displeasure. That is the part of me that many people don't grasp. That is the part of me that many people don't grasp. They hear me guide them and think it means I've turned away. And they hear me call them a change course. They hear me call them a change course. But that is not how I, your Father, that is not how I, that is not the sound of true love. That is not the sound of true love. Doesn't stay genuine love when trouble doesn't stay quiet. Genuine love calls out to wake you up. Genuine love not to bring harm, to wake you up, but to keep not to bring harm, not to cause you fear, but to bring you to safety. But to the word eternal means it cannot be. The word eternal means it cannot be shaken. It is not affected by the passing years. It is not affected by the passing years. It means that nothing you have done. It means that nothing you have chosen. No side road you have taken. No delay has undone my no delay has undone my deep longing. That is the nature of my love. That is the nature of my love. It doesn't chase you down forcefully. It doesn't chase you down forcefully. It doesn't grab you. It waits for you. It doesn't grab you wide open. It welcomes you with wide open. And sometimes I send a caution. And sometimes I send a caution, not to remind you, but to remind you that you are still important. But to remind you that you are still important. That I'm still looking ahead, hoping that today will be the day. Hoping that today will be the day. I didn't say sort yourself out first. I didn't say sort yourself out first. I told you this would happen. See, I ran. I told you this. I held you close. I ran. I made things right. I held you close, and that is still exactly who I am. And that is still. I don't send words like these to judge you. I don't send words like these to judge you. I send them because I see the hidden traps. The one who I see the hidden traps. The one I see the pain you carry within. I see the pain. I see the good days you carry within. I'm still holding. I see the good days. I'm still holding. And I cannot bear to let you be lost. And I cannot bear to let you be lost. This isn't simply a warning sign. This isn't given that you might remember. It is given that you might remember. You are still loved. Not forget, my precious one. You are still loved. Maybe you felt far from me lately. Maybe talking far from me lately feels hard. Maybe talking perhaps feeling unworthy has held your heart. Perhaps feeling unworthy has held your heart. You can't even manage a soft whisper. You can't even manage a soft whisper. Yet just one sincere, quiet word. One soft release. Quiet word. One small move toward the light. One small move. And heaven's embrace is ready for you. And heaven's embrace I come out to meet you, for you, my child. I come out to meet you, not because you have done anything to not because you have done simply because it brings me joy to do so. Simply because it brings me joy to do so. So listen closely to this. So listen, a warning is not a sign that I am angry. A warning is not a sound of my love that never gives up. Is the sound of my love that isn't afraid of the hard things. A love that isn't afraid of the hard things. Isn't worn out by your efforts. Isn't worn out. Isn't held back by what has happened before. Isn't held back. I'm reaching out not to cause you pain. I'm reaching out not to cause you pain, but to know this, my child. Know this, words reaching my child, are not that these words reaching you they're not for everyone. Not by chance, not for everyone. But meant specifically. Not by chance, but this is not some general message sent out. This is not some general message. Think of it as a direct assurance from my presence. Think of it as a direct assurance from my presence. I see you fully, letting you know, and I have a clear intention for your being. And I have a clear intention. Even when you feel small, or even when you feel small, unsure, unheard. Or even unsure of your readiness, remained even quiet for too long, remained the same hand that guides the stars, the same hand that guides the stars in their courses, also appoints your path for such a time as this. In a moment, perhaps for such a time in your life, perhaps this very time in your life, this challenge before you is not a challenge before you. Part of my design is not a mistake. But what if the waiting you have experienced has been my way? What if the waiting you have experienced has been my way not holding you back, and the uncertainty not holding you back, and the uncertainty it might simply be clearing the way. It might simply be clearing the way that will shift understanding that will shift. Your presence here is not by chance. Your presence here is not by chance. Hearing these words is not a coincidence. Hearing these words, if you sense a deep stirring within, if you sense a deep stirring within you. That is harmony. That is my spirit. That is harmony. Confirming. That is my spirit confirming you are being set in place. Position not just to get through this period. Position not just to change through this period, but to come out with insights to share. To come out with insights to speak truth for those who cannot. To speak truth for those who cannot. To embrace my will when fear. To embrace my will when fear. And what I ask of you now, my beloved, and what I ask of you is not flawless execution, is not flawless execution, or simply a heart willing, but simply a heart willing. Because this point in time is not because this point in time is not just a threshold, and it leads. It is a threshold. While the world around you may see, while the world around you may see, just another day. This moment is set apart. This moment is set apart, appointed with significance. Here your choices carry weight beyond their appearance. Here your choices carry weight. Distractions will seek to pull you off course. Distractions will seek, but faith can resist them. Your decisions will either strengthen your future,
Your decisions will either
strengthen your future
that are hard to
or
close.
open paths.
This is why I
that
give
are
you
hard to
insight
close.
beforehand.
This is why I give
my
you
child.
insight
I
beforehand.
do not send
my
those who
child.
belong to
I do
me
not send
into
those who
difficulty
belong to me
without
into
giving them a
difficulty,
sense of what lies
without
ahead.
giving them a
I speak
sense of
before
what lies
things
ahead.
unfold.
I speak
provide
before things
indications.
unfold.
I
guide
provide
your inner
indications.
thoughts and feelings.
I guide your
so you
inner
can discern
thoughts
when
and
something that
feelings.
seems
So you can discern
ordinary
when
holds
something that
deep
seems
consequence.
ordinary holds
So what is your
deep
part now?
consequence.
Move forward.
So what is your part
Get
now?
ready.
Move
Draw
forward.
near to me.
Get ready.
Talk with me this night.
Draw near to me.
My precious child.
Talk with me this night.
Not as a
my
routine,
precious child,
but as a way to
not
find
as a
protection.
routine, but as
Ask
a way
my
to
presence
find protection.
to fill your
Ask my
surroundings.
presence to
Speak
fill
my
your
name
surroundings.
into the air of your dwelling.
Speak my name.
Ask me to
into
show
the
you
air of your
any
dwelling.
opposing plan.
Ask me to show
before
you
it touches
any
your life.
opposing plan.
And do not
before it
just
touches
pray
your life.
for yourself.
And do not just
pray for
pray
clarity
for
of
yourself.
sight.
For
Pray
a
for
quiet
clarity
spirit,
of sight.
for
For a
watchfulness.
quiet spirit.
Pray for the
for
inner
watchfulness.
strength to turn
Pray
away
for the
from what
inner
appears
strength
easy,
to turn
but
away
leads
from
to
what
emptiness.
appears easy.
This
but
is the
leads
call
to
for this
emptiness.
time, my
This is the
beloved
call
one,
for this
to
time,
stay here.
my beloved
Not just
one,
pass
to
through,
stay here,
but to
not just
settle your
pass
being
through,
within my
but to
presence.
settle your being
To remain
within
under
my
the covering
presence.
I provide.
To remain under the
where
covering
no opposing
I provide
scheme can
where
reach
no
you
opposing
without
scheme
first meeting
can
my
reach
guiding
you
authority.
without first
I am here
meeting my
alongside
guiding
you,
authority.
and I remember
I am
who
here
you are.
alongside you.
The warning
and I
is
remember
true,
who you are.
but so is my